Most welcome to the last, at least for now, game in the series about overprotection of the Echo5 pawn against in the advanced variation of the French defense. And I am Jörgen Magnusson, and if you support my material, please help me to make the channel grow by subscribing, liking and sharing. If you have need for reading the moves and even maybe the timestamps so that you can see when in the video a certain position occurred, please open the description to the video and you will find it all there. It is difficult to say when to stop a series. Of course, those positions we have discussed, they are very, very rich, and I could go on for quite long. But I think it makes sense now. I think it is the 9th video on this topic. So I think you get a bit bored if we continue like forever with this. And there's nothing that would make it impossible to return to the topic later on. I plan to start a new series about the Sicilian defense when black sacrifices an exchange on Charlie 3. So yeah, that you will see in, we will come back to that in the next video after this one. So you may even come with suggestions if there are topics that you want me to discuss and analyze. So without further ado, go on with the game. We set the first video timestamp here. The game we are going to play through today is a game from 2021, FIDE Grand Swiss. I think it was played in Latvia or something. Yeah, in Riga it was in January 2021. It was a part of the qualifications in the cycle to get the challenger who should play for the challenge the world champion. White is a French player, Maxime VachierLagravePonkratov, and he is playing a strong opponent, Pavel Ponkratov. White has 2763 in rating at the time, and black 2659. So these two players, they have been playing chess before. Okay, we kick off with the usual moves. White plays Echo 4. Echo 4. Lagrave is playing the white pieces. Black plays Echo 6. Echo 6. White continues with Delta 4. Delta 4. And black plays Delta 5. Delta 5. White pushes on with Echo 5. So we have the advanced variation of the French defense on board. White played Echo 5. Black continues with Charlie 5. That is the well-known move, and the by far most common in the position. White plays Charlie 3. Pawn to Charlie 3. Yeah, protecting the center. And black plays Knight Charlie 6. Knight to Charlie 6. Developing and putting more pressure on the Delta 4 and Echo 5 squares. White develops and protects Knight to Foxtrot 3. Knight to Foxtrot 3. Black goes on with Queen to Bravo 6. Queen to Bravo 6. And as by now, we know that nowadays Bishop Delta 3 was played. Bishop Delta 3, and it is also a very topical move right now. In chess we also have fashions, and sometimes the variation really becomes fashionable. When I started to play chess long ago, in the end of the 1970s, when I was just a kid, this move was rather seen like a bluff variation. It was not a serious attempt to play for advantage, but yeah, now we know better. We have different new ideas have come up over the years. Black captures on delta 4. Charlie takes delta 4. And for sure, you know that we let that pawn stay there. We castle kingside. White castles kingside instead. Black develops with bishop delta 7. Bishop delta 7. And you can note how many pieces black develops on the queen side, whereas white develops the pieces on the king side. So it is easily so that sometimes when it doesn't work out well for white, the queen side development might be lagging, and that would be a big problem. Whereas the opposite can be the case for black. You never really get your king to castle as black, and you don't manage to get your king's knight and king bishop properly placed. White continues with rook to echo 1. Rook to echo 1. And this is rook to echo 1. I think we here can see that we have the starting position of the tabia, that we can call this kind of typical position that we are now discussing, and that is really fashionable today. We have seen different moves here, and black can play rook Charlie 8. Yeah, knight to hotel 6 would be possible. Pawn to hotel 6 is also not too bad. Pawn to alpha 6. Yeah, these are maybe the most common options for black. Black continue with another common option also, knight golf to echo 7. Knight golf to echo 7. And we saw in the prior game where black played rook Charlie 8 instead of knight golf echo 7, and white, I think I would say, played the dubious move hotel 4. Then black, because the knight still remained on golf 8, could play knight to hotel 6, thereby threatening playing knight to golf 4 with very good play for black and pressure both on foxtrot 2 and echo 5. But now, when the knight has already jumped to echo 7, white can and does play hotel 4. Hotel 4 is now a good move. Black plays a very flexible move, playing hotel 6, pawn to hotel 6. This move has a couple of functions. On the one hand, it is a prophylactic move, because white probably want to play pawn to hotel 5, and maybe in the future push it on to hotel 6, creating weaknesses on black's dark squares. Then if black plays hotel 6 himself, the advance on the hotel pawn is stopped. But as we will see in the game, black can also play more aggressively and with high ambition to push golf 5 himself, thereby claiming that white's advance on the king's side actually gives black possibilities to open the position, and black already has the rook on hotel 8. If the h file would be open, maybe it would be black that attacks, not white. So white goes on playing alpha 3. Alpha 3. And this is a plan we haven't seen so much yet, but it is a standard plan that is one of the reasons I wanted us to have a look at this game. The idea is to play Bravo 4, taking space and putting pressure on the Delta 4 pawn by Bishop Bravo 2. White's idea is that when you have your bishop on Bravo 2, then you might be able to take on Delta 4 with a pawn, thus making it necessary for black to capture on Charlie 3 and then you can develop your knight to Charlie 3 instead. So we have discussed this before, that black often waits, try to do meaningful moves, hoping that white is running out of sensible waiting moves and has to move the knight from Bravo to Delta 2 and then only capture on Charlie 3, scattering white's pawn structure somewhat. But here white employs another strategy, putting pressure on Delta 4, hoping that black anyway has to capture on Charlie 3 when white's knight still remains on Bravo 1. Black goes on with Rook Charlie 8. Rook to Charlie 8. Natural developing move. And white pushes Bravo 4. Bravo 4. And here it is worth noting that it looks like black can win a pawn. But by on principal grounds, we can easily see that would be very dubious. Let us say that black in this position captures on Charlie 3. Delta takes Charlie, and white recaptures, knight takes Charlie 3. Now Charlie 3 is not protected because the pawn has left Bravo 2. So black could maybe play knight takes Echo 5. White also takes, knight takes knight, and black plays rook takes Charlie 3. And voila, black has won a pawn. But it has opened the position, and white can launch a very dangerous attack in many ways, I would say. Knight takes Delta 7 can even be interesting, but I think that Queen to Hotel 5, for example, would make a lot of sense attacking Foxtrot 7. The Queen can also attack Foxtrot 7 from Foxtrot 3. I will not delve deeper into this position. You can easily figure out how white should continue. But you can, from a principal point of view, just conclude that, okay, even if black has 2 pawns more, with such a bad development and white with such piece activity that white gets, it is very risky to take that pawn. So instead, after Bravo 4, black played Alpha 6. Alpha 6. And this is a universal okay move. White probably will take capture on Charlie 3 in the future with the knight, and then it's good to have some control over Bravo 5. White plays Bishop Bravo 2. Bishop Bravo 2. And now we have a position where white can capture on Delta 4 with the pawn. And then maybe follow up with Knight Bravo Delta 2, and then Knight Bravo 3, landing on Charlie 5. That idea may make perfect sense for white. So black here then thought it was the time to do something, playing Golf 5. And this is a very interesting idea. We put another timestamp here, of course, as well. Golf 5. And this is a flank attack, but black actually aims at attacking white's center by pushing forward with Golf 4 and thereby kicking away the knight from Hotel 2, weakening white's control over the Echo 5 square and even of the Delta 4 square. But it comes with a price, of course. First of all, I don't think that white is very tempted to capture on Golf 5 twice, because black would then get a lot of piece activity. Suddenly, black's pieces come to life. Hotel takes Golf 5, Hotel takes Golf 5, Knight takes Golf 5, for example. And suddenly white could drum up pressure. One can even develop the bishop to Qf7, attacking Echo 5, for example, or playing a rook to Qf8. That's another idea. Playing bishop to Hotel 6. Suddenly, black has an active position, and it can be dangerous for the white king. So, VachierLagrave chose to play knight Hotel 2 instead. Knight to Hotel 2. And this might seem like an enigmatic move, but it makes perfect sense, I would say. It's a good move. The knight aims at Foxtrot 6, because that is the square that black has weakened by playing pawn to Qf5. And we have seen many times that white in those type of positions often can sacrifice the Echo 5 pawn in order to get rid of the dark squared bishop. We have seen it sometimes when white has played knight to Echo 4, then jumping in on delta 6, and then bishop takes delta 6, pawn takes delta 6, queen takes delta 6. But white in return for the pawn got very good control over the dark squares. A bit the same can be said here. With the knight comes to Qf4, then threatening to jump into Foxtrot 6. If black then plays bishop Qf7, the thematic sacrifice, knight Foxtrot 6 check, bishop takes Foxtrot 6, Echo takes Foxtrot 6 is very tempting. Maybe black anyway wins the pawn on Foxtrot 6 finally, but white has then got the open the position, maybe is able to get some fuel for his bishop pair and start playing on the more open board, and black's king still suffers from being in the center. So that is the idea behind knight Hotel 2. Black plays bishop to Qf7. Bishop to Qf7. And we know the idea. Also, playing Foxtrot 6 can be an idea here, but at the moment it is dangerous when the black's king is stuck in the center. White goes for knight Qf4. Knight Qf4. All understandable if we have the concepts that I just discussed in our mind. Black plays Qf takes Hotel 4. Qf takes Hotel 4. Yeah, I'm a little skeptical about this move, but probably it's okay. It's not so easy to know exactly what black should do. In this way, he risks getting under attack. And but okay, you open the Qf5, and you can then push Hotel 5, maybe to kick away the knight from Qf4. That is approximately what happened in the game. But I'm always a little bit uneasy when you continue to have development. It's not very poor. All the 4 minor pieces are developed for black, plus the rook on Charlie 8 and the queen on Bravo 6. But black lacks some activity here. I'm not sure what black should play. Maybe knight Foxtrot 5 would be more in my taste here, actually. But Qf takes Hotel 4 can also be followed by knight Foxtrot 5. So white commits a mistake. Charlie takes Delta 4. Let's put a timestamp there as well. And why is this a mistake? Yeah, it is that black now can take on Delta 4 with the knight, and have a pretty good advantage. Instead, I would have liked to see that white would have played, for example, queen to foxtrot 3, with the idea of plonking the knight on foxtrot 6, or maybe even starting with knight foxtrot 6. Then it would be between equal and slight edge for black here. So yeah, I can say that this idea of playing with Golf 5 it has a lot in favor. White's player is maybe a little bit too slow with Alpha 3 and Bravo 4. I don't know, but black has managed to get some activity. But if he continues to focus on grabbing pawn on the king side, white might get the chance for opening the position and attacking the black king. Charlie takes Delta 4 was white move, and black played Hotel 5, which probably also is spending a little bit too much time on pawn moves. I still would have liked just that black captured on Delta 4 with the knight, and then maybe continued with knight Delta Foxtrot 5 afterwards, so that black regroups and gets a lot of protection for his own king, and also starting to have activity on the king side. Then black would have been clearly better, about 1 pawn up, according to Stockfish. After Hotel 5, white is kicked to play the move that the enemy wants, knight to foxtrot 6. Knight to foxtrot 6, check. Black takes, bishop takes foxtrot 6, bishop takes foxtrot 6, and white takes, echo takes foxtrot 6. Echo takes foxtrot 6. And now black gets a bit disturbed in his own development, because the knight on echo 7 is attacked, and it's not easy to find a good move here. So black played knight to Golf 8. It takes time, probably. Black will win the pawn on foxtrot 6, but that means that black would lag even more in development. And now we can see how the position also opens. White played queen to foxtrot 3, queen to foxtrot 3, protecting foxtrot 6, and yeah, maybe planning to develop the knight to Delta 2 soon, or yeah, continue development of the queen side. Even ideas like queen foxtrot 4, maybe getting into Golf 5 could come into consideration. Black puts pressure on foxtrot 6 by rook Hotel 6. Rook to Hotel 6. But white, because the e-file now is open, can take on Delta 5. Playing queen takes Delta 5, because there is a pin on the e-file, so black cannot take echo takes Delta 5 because of the rook on echo 1 opposite the king on echo 8. So this is really favorable for white. You have started to get rid of some of the central pawns, and black now plays knight takes foxtrot 6. But we see here how black starts to suffer from bad coordination. And it's interesting, because black is a very strong player, has not committed many mistakes. On the contrary, this plan with Golf 5 was interesting, but giving white a little bit too much time. Actually, black should have been more greedy, capturing on Delta 4. Then we would have a completely different situation. But now we see that the black pieces get get into big trouble finding coordination. White plays queen to golf5. Black took on fox to hit with the knight, and white plays queens to golf5, attacking both the knight and the rook. The rook is the one that defends the knight, so the rook can't retreat. Black instead has to play knight to golf4. Knight to golf4. But now if you count pawns, black has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pawns on 3 pawn islands. White also has 3 pawn islands, but 5 pawns. So when it comes to material, it looks okay for black. But when it comes to coordination, black really has problems now. If white now can open the position even more, black's king will really suffer from his exposed position. So after knight golf4, white played knight Charlie 3, finally developing that knight. And here, for example, white threatens to play move like knight delta 5, because there's still a pin on the echo file. Knight delta 5 would also take control of the echo 7 square, which means that if black doesn't protect it, white can play queen to echo 7 checkmate, but also queen to golf 8 with check might be mate if the king can't flee to echo 7. So now it is a dangerous situation for black. We can also see that white can push the delta pawn one step further and open the position even more. So that white could take the delta 5 pawn was decisive. It was crucial here. And we know when the delta 5 pawn disappears, white can start to use the echo 4 or Charlie 4 squares with the queen's knight and joining the attack that we have seen in earlier games. Black plays queen delta 8. Queen delta 8. Yeah, here white can play in different ways. It's actually interesting that despite black is up a pawn, white is clearly winning even when changing queens. That we will see. White plays queen takes delta 8 check. Queen takes delta 8 check. And black plays king takes delta 8. King takes delta 8. In a way, black's king got little out of trouble, fleeing from the echo file. But at the same time, there's still a lot of pieces on the board. So although the queens are swapped, white is the one who can launch a devastating attack on black. White plays knight echo 4. And we can see that black suddenly has to tackle many concrete problems. For example, white threatens to play knight delta 6 next move, threatening on Charlie 8. When the rook moves, white can play knight takes foxtrot 7 check and forking the rook on hotel 6. Also moves like knight Charlie 5 come into consideration, knight to golf 5 as well. So there are many things black has to handle here. Black pushed pawn to echo 5, pawn to echo 5. Put another timestamp. And the idea must have been that black should now cover delta 6 with the rook from hotel 6. But yeah, white could have pushed delta 5. That would have been giving advantage as well. But chooses to play foxtrot 3, which is also perfectly fine. Black is still a pawn up, but the position is evaluated by Stockfish to be about 3.3 pawns better for white. And that is because of the coordination. If the knight now would have moved, let's say, to foxtrot 6, yeah, I think that I could have captured on foxtrot 6, for example, and rook takes back on foxtrot 6, and then playing delta takes echo 5. And yeah, actually the rook has some problems finding a safe haven somewhere. And white's 2 bishops and the 2 rooks can exert a lot of pressure against the black position. The king is very vulnerable on delta 8. So after foxtrot 3, black became desperate, playing knight takes. After pawn to foxtrot 3, black was desperate, played knight takes delta 4, sacrificing a piece, but getting a third pawn at least. Knight takes delta 4, white played foxtrot takes golf 4, and black played hotel takes golf 4. So now black has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pawns still, and white remains with 3 pawns. So it is, yeah, if you then count just material, the knight against the pawns here, we can see that it is about equal. But when we think of where the pieces are placed, the equality isn't that great anymore. So white finished the game off by knight golf 5. Knight golf 5. And here actually black resigned, because there are serious problems for black managing to protect the different threats. For example, white threatens to play knight takes foxtrot 7 with check. And as black doesn't seriously want to play king echo 7, and then bishop takes delta 4 because the e pawn is pinned. Maybe black plays rook foxtrot 6 guarding foxtrot 7 with the rook, but white can continue the attack by rook takes echo 5, for example, and grabbing a pawn, and then the knight on delta 4 would be attacked, and more pieces could join the attack. Whereas, yeah, black is completely disorientated, and the material will fall soon. So, yeah, black resigned. To sum up this game, what I wanted you to learn was about this plan of playing alpha 3 and bravo 4, but also how black can counterattack on the king side by hotel 6 and golf 5 had white already played hotel 4, because even the white king side can be vulnerable. And then we also had this plan with bishop to golf 7, putting pressure on echo 5. The other thing I also want us to remember is the maneuver playing knight foxtrot 3 to hotel 2 up to golf 4 and sacrificing a pawn by knight to foxtrot 6. This is also a very important pattern. Otherwise, it was a very violent game, a very complex one. Black, until move 15 or something, had the upper hand, could have, after white played Charlotte takes delta 4, would have clear advantage for black if he had played knight takes delta 4. But suddenly, too much of time was spent on pawn moves, and white was the one who suddenly had a fantastic attack against the centered white king. So I hope that you have enjoyed this series about overprotection. Maybe you are tempted to continue investigating classical as well as current chess games in those lines of the advanced French, for example. But for now, I think that we should turn our attention to another topic, and we will from tomorrow move to the Sicilian defense. Thank you for now.